So you're about 61 years of age and you have about $400,000 saved for retirement, and you have some concerns. You want to make sure that you're going to be okay for retirement. Well, I want to make sure that you stay with us till the very end because I want to show you the importance of knowing your retirement score. Those who know their retirement score is going to be a lot better off, in my opinion. They know their probability of success at all times. You can score where you're always at and tweak things along the way. So if we haven't met, I'm Tony Hansman with Guardian Financial, a wealth management firm. We help families who are in or near retirement. So today I put together a hypothetical case, another one, so let's jump right into it. Here you can see that we've got Danny and Sandy hypothetical, completely made up, but the things that we're going to do can truly be added to your financial plan. You can see that we have them retiring at 63 for Danny and 63 for Sandy. Each one of them are going to live to age 90 years of age. You can see for Danny and down here for Sandy. Obviously we can adjust those at any times, but that's what in this hypothetical case that we're going to start out with. So now let's go ahead and jump over to their investment assets and see where they're at. So here we are on Danny and Sandy's hypotheticals assets. And in this case of can I retire or not, is as you can see, Danny has a 401k with about $200,000 in it. Sandy has a 401k with $150,000 in it. This is money that has not been taxed yet, tax deferred. And then they have a taxable account at joint ownership of about $50,000 for a total liquid assets of $400,000. And we also threw in here that they have a house of about $300,000. So a total net worth, they're debt-free in this example, of $700,000. So if you take a look here, is that the one thing that I noticed is that they don't have any sort of Roth, any tax-free money. I wish they would have in this particular case, but that's okay. It's maybe something that we could take a look at and help them implement if it makes sense for them. But one thing that I find very common that I want to point out is when people put money into their 401k, I call it a set it and forget it. They often will put money into their 401ks. They get no help with any sort of financial planning, and maybe they've been investing in this thing for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they've never rebalanced or adjusted their portfolio based on their current risk tolerance. So this can be really out of whack, and if that's you, please make sure that you get that tweaked and that updated. So now let's go ahead and jump over to their current scenario and take a look at that retirement score. So here we are back at Danny and Sandy's current scenario. We want to take a look before we met them of where they're currently at. And we're going to hit this run retirement trials right here. It's going to run 1,000 different trials of probability of different rates of return over their portfolio and in their total retirement plan to see the success rate of where they end up. And if you can take a look, they've got 730 successes or a 73% probability of success. This is outside of our comfort zone. I'd like to see this number a little bit higher. And that's the whole point of these videos. We want to show you what your retirement score is, how important it is to know that, and then what we can make changes to see if we can't get that retirement score up to give you a better probability of success during those golden years. So let's take a look at, is 73 a good result? If I come over here and I click our Find Out button, you'll take a look at, it's actually a below confidence zone. Anything below 75% is too much uncertainty for your age. I'd really like to see them get into the green zone, the in confidence zone between 75 and 90. If we're blessed enough to get this thing all the way above 90, then we're above the confidence zone, and that's only going to give them more opportunities and strategies as they go into retirement. So we're going to close that out, and you can take a look over here. These are the different trials. What's happening is that nobody ever gets a 5% rate of return, a 5% rate of return, a 5% rate of return every single year. It's not 7, 7, 7 every single year. It's completely unknown the rates of return that we're going to get, and the software, a Monte Carlo software, is going out there and scrambling that up and giving us 1,000 different trials, 1,000 different probabilities of what could happen, and bouncing us out a score of probability of success that you won't run out of money. So I really, really like this. Now let's jump over to their what if scenario and see if we can't help Danny and Sandy get this score up. So here we are on Danny and Sandy's hypothetical. Remember, this is a hypothetical case on their what if scenario screen. You can see that they currently have a score of 73. That's below that confidence zone. I'd really like to try to do some things to get that number up into the green zone and maybe even higher, above 9%. If we can do that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first thing. And that's going to be, is they're taking Social Security in their mind, they wanted to look at taking it at 65. But let's just see if they delay that just by a couple years and turn it on at 67, if that makes any difference. And you can see it makes quite a big difference. 73 all the way to a score of up to 81 of a probability of success score. I'm certainly not saying that you should turn your Social Security on at 67, or in this case at your full retirement age. It's different for everybody's situation. We just want to show you some of the things that you could possibly be thinking about, things that you can get with your advisor, things that you can be asking, be juggling around, but knowing your score at all times is really important. So we're finally in the green zone, but let's see if we can't tweak a couple extra things to get the score even higher. So let's take a look. If we have, we come over to our third scenario, and believe it or not, I want to take a look if we can actually reduce the risk that Danny and Sandy are taking. Now, if you ask most people, and they're going into retirement, that they basically want to, if they're low on their score, they think that they have to take more risk in retirement. And that is not always necessarily the case. You'll be able to see in this example that I actually picked them a portfolio that's less risky than what they're currently taking. And you can see they went all the way from an 81 and jumped up to a 92. Well, how's that possible? Because we eliminated a lot of the downside potential risk going forward in their retirement. So that is a significant jump, and we're actually above the confidence zone now. I'm feeling much better as an advisor. The customer, Danny and Sandy, hypothetical, are feeling much better, that they're going to have much more opportunities. But just for fun, let's just see if we make one more change, and we're going to ask Danny to work just one more year. Not that he necessarily has to, but just for fun, let's just see how big of a difference that actually makes just working one more year. And you can take a look, we jump all the way from a 92 all the way to a 99. Now the software is thinking nobody can ever get 100%. Not Warren Buffett, not Jeff Bezos. 99 is the highest score you could possibly get. So they're looking fantastic. But I truly believe knowing your retirement score before retirement and in retirement is vital to your overall success, in my opinion, because I don't know how else you're supposed to measure retirement. We measure everything in life. If we're going to make a recipe, we have measurements, right? If we are trying to get healthier, we stand on the scale. There's a measurement there. So in all sporting events, everything is measured by score. This is a great way, not everything, but is a stepping stone in the right direction to determine if you're on the right success path for your retirement plan. So to summarize, in this episode of Can I Retire, we wanted to give you some examples, some ideas, some things to be thinking about, and the importance of knowing your retirement score. You know, if you're starting at a 73 like Danny and Sandy, there's some things that you can be doing, and it give you some peace of mind to put your head on the pillow at night knowing that your score is much higher by tweaking some things. So talk to your advisor, make sure they're showing you the score. Remember, it's not everything, it's simply a stepping stone to your retirement. And having it reevaluated as things change in life, so is your score, and you can tweak those things and always know where you're at. We've got some resources up here for you in the corner. Please check them out, help you maximize your retirement. And as always, consult a licensed professional who understands your specific goals and dreams.